we had been talking about the Libyan question. We did discuss other issues in the bilateral, but really the main issue that dominated the agenda was Libya. And of course, by the time we went to the AU, the invitation was already there. So it was discussed by the high-level committee, and certainly after particularly the adoption of our proposals, they felt it was very important, firstly, to come and meet the Russian president and explain the AU position. And when they heard that there was also a possibility to meet the secretary of NATO, they were even more enthusiastic that NATO leadership should understand the AU position. Certainly, we met with the President Medvedev of Russian Federation and really explained the position of the AU summit, which he supports fully. He said in no uncertain terms that it's very close to the approach of Russia. And of course, in the process, we were joined by the Secretary. So we had the meeting of the three. And again, the issue that dominated the discussion was this one. The President of the Russian Federation reiterated their position and put it very clearly that they support the position of the AU and that there was a need for NATO and other forces to really convince the Benghazi people that the time is now for negotiations, that conditions to say they could only negotiate if this happened is not going to help. Of course, we had an opportunity also to put across our AU position to the Secretary of NATO, as agreed by the AU high-level committee, and I indeed explained the situation and also took the advantage to give them the copies of the AU position, which they're going to be studying. And of course, we had an engagement, which was quite a useful engagement. There were a few questions that the Secretary asked. We answered the question. We believe we made a very strong case, particularly because the AU position is not exclusive. It's not just the AU on its own, but the AU is very inclusive. It is saying the United Nations must participate in the process. I think the discussion was absolutely wonderful. They understood where we come from, and we have agreed to talk a little bit more, particularly after they study the document. They would come back to say what are their views. We have said we are ready to engage if there are issues that are not clear. I believe that our document is rounded. It takes all the issues that are necessary for such a situation. And in our view, it is an opportunity that must not be lost. And I think there is an appreciation of that. So I'm very happy. I think the meeting has been very successful. And I'm sure we've conveyed the sentiments of the AU and to the right people, because NATO is a very important mechanism on the Libyan question, particularly if it comes with the question of the cessation of hostilities as well as the ceasefire. NATO will certainly feature very strongly.